Okay, welcome back to Inner Strength Podcast, home of all things arts, hobbies, riffs, and mental health. I am joined by Valentino Artega and Aaron Pauley of Mice and Men. Of Mice and Men. How are you doing,
Of.
guys? Nice to have you.
Oh,
Doing
we're
great,
good.
man.
How are you
Thanks for
doing?
having us.
Yeah, doing great, doing great. I'm getting a lot of education about Tino's drum kit setup while we were waiting.
Oh, it's
Very
awesome.
interesting.
Just changed the game for us.
Yeah, yeah. Well, speaking of changing the game, guys, I think the last time that I saw you guys live was that was Soundwave. So that would have been what 2014 and
Ooh.
Yeah, I was gonna
2015.
say, yeah, probably 14.
And just the differences. I think even Tino, just you talking before about like your progression to recording at home, and I understand Aaron, you did a lot of the production and mixing on the last LP
Mhm.
yourself too. So, wow, just I know that that is 11 years ago, and you guys had only just recently been on an Australian tour, but. I mean, that's a good jumping off point because, I mean, how are you guys doing at the moment, especially in comparison to, say, around then? Things are totally different this time around.
Yeah, it's really crazy. It's like it's just been a lesson in in just being persistent,
Hmm.
even if you don't really know why you should be. It's like
Right.
sometimes it's like a lot of life is just weathering storms, period.
Mm,
and
mm,
you never know
mm.
how long the storms are going to last, so it's like it's and music is sort of our life raft in the storms of life. That's sort of where we all collectively go to like figure things out, and it's also a place where the four of us as men can meet one another and talk about what we're going through and then have a healthy outlet to put a lot of uh
Mm.
that into. It's like it's a beautiful thing to be a part of.
Nice. Nice. What's your take on that, Tino? That's a really nice way of
Um,
thinking about a band environment too, by the way, Aaron. You don't hear that too often. That's
yeah,
nice to
man.
hear.
Well,
We're
because a
very
lot of times
fortunate.
it's also a toxic meeting place. For some
Yeah.
people, it's
Yeah,
not a place where you meet to like
Yeah. Yep.
to do that. For some people, it's a place where you meet to fist fight. So
Mm.
not
yeah,
every band is that way. But no,
Oh,
go
oh
ahead,
yeah,
T.
yeah, yes. The world is not all sunshine and roses, but I mean, it's a good sentiment at least. Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry,
man.
Tino.
I mean, there's been a lot of challenges, but I think
Mm.
the way through most of those in any working relationship that is meaningful is communication. And I think that through the years, especially over the last 10 years, communicating and being able to not only communicate as humans but also as musicians in what excites us, what is sonically exciting, how
Yeah.
songs are written, how we do things, how we write songs has even evolved over the last 10 years too, and I
Mm.
think with that, overcoming those challenges of whatever life throws at you, I think the only way through that is with communicating. And I think in our interband dynamics have gotten much stronger over the years because we've experienced a lot of life, a lot of ups and downs, and
Yeah.
we've been through it together. And I think that makes for not only an incredible bond but also incredible music too. So we're big fans of our own music. We love listening to our albums. We do it
Yeah.
so much that we've probably listened to our newest album thousands of times at this point,
Yeah.
in making it and then when it was finished and then now in rehearsing it for the upcoming Australia tour. And we feel very fortunate to have the audience that we've been able to, I guess, the audience and the community that we've been able to build over the years is one that is incredibly strong, and it's because of them that we're able to continue to do this. So to be a band on their ninth album, when you last talked to us, we were probably barely on our fourth, maybe, or
Yeah.
third.
Yeah.
So more life has happened than life had happened before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And
now it,
music to
yeah,
boot. Yeah.
yeah, man. So we just feel fortunate to be in the place that we are. We still get to tour the world. And when we got wind of this Australia tour, we were over the moon. We don't get to go out there very often. And so anytime we do, it's a very special occasion. So we're really looking forward to how everything's going to be shaping up here on this tour coming up with Crystal Lake. And just to quickly plug the tour, tickets are going, and some of these shows are going to sell out. So if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, however you're consuming this, make sure to get tickets before the end of this interview, because tickets are flying right now. So if you want to have fun, you want to come kick it with Of Mice and Men and Crystal Lake at a night that you're not going to soon forget, come out.
Very excellent spruiking. And on that note, we Australians we're particularly bad for that, and I've been known to pull that one and forget it at the last minute. Um,
No worries.
And even the difference with that, guys, like the difference, have you noticed a difference, an uptick in the like the demand for you guys in terms of like venues, tickets, all that sort of thing? Say between, because you guys had a headline tour, I think it was around 2018, and then you came back, was it 2024, and you did a tour with Sienna Skies and Dream on Dreamer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Are you guys noticing that the groundswell is still sort of picking up for like demand for you guys in terms of your live show in Australia or
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had to turn down 7 nights at the stadium in every city because we said, no, we're playing the club one night only. Um,
oh,
just kidding. No, no, no.
you decided to let them eat cake in a venue and not in an arena. Okay, I
Yeah, hey,
gotcha.
you know what? They wanted us to do the football stadiums, but we said,
Ah,
nah, we're gonna do the
We
clubs,
said no,
baby.
we're not going to charge $1,000 a
oh,
ticket at the
Yeah,
stadium.
oh,
yeah.
so virtuous.
We
No, man,
try.
the uptick has been incredible, and we're a band from California. We're first and foremost, man, we're just musicians. So
Yeah.
everything else besides creating music is just such a bonus for us. And we
Mm,
still feel that way 17 years into being a band.
mm,
The fact that we even just have the opportunity to go overseas and get to play our music that we wrote in, bedrooms in our homes is
mm.
absolutely incredible. And it's because of the fans that allow us to do that. So the reason why we get to come back on every album cycle is because the fans are, our audience like is demanding for it, and the promoters hear that and they see that. So just a message to the audience, if your favorite band isn't coming there, let promoters know,
Yeah.
make your voice heard on social media, use your outlet to request your favorite bands, because promoters listen, labels listen, bands listen. We make it a point to try and get out there as much as possible. So it's really because of the audience showing up is the way that our bands are able to travel there. So
Mm.
spread the word. If you're coming to the shows, let people know you're coming to the shows and you can't wait for it. And that's going to let 5 to 50 people know that, oh my God, Of Mice and Men's coming. And in this era of social media tidal wave of just everything's being crammed down your throat, and
Yeah.
commercial, everything, it's like a lot of stuff falls by the wayside. So the best way to get involved is to get involved in your own music community, in your local band community. Go out to the shows, support the bands, leave comments on their Instagrams and TikToks and Facebooks, and tell them how much you appreciate them coming. And that allows us to be able to have those conversations with promoters and with other bands, being like, hey, let's go to Australia together. Case in point, we've never toured with Crystal Lake, and we're finally able to do this in
Yeah.
Australia because of it, us talking to the label and the label putting it together, because there was a demand there. And we're excited to be able to get to do that. And it's because of the fans and because of people being vocal on their own platforms to have us come back. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, and that's so you guys have actually bringing because Crystal Lake are from Japan,
Right.
which is so it's an interesting choice. You got a sort of like an East Asian contingent on a Southeast Australian tour. So, what can people expect? I mean, I already kind of know the answer, even though my answer is a bit needs a bit of dusting off the book of history. So maybe it is a new question for me again. But what's something people can expect at an Australian show based off, let's say, based off recent history? What are your observations about what to expect from an Aussie tour in particular? Anything that sort of springs to mind that kind of sticks out?
I have to make it quick because my daughter's screaming in the background.
No worries.
uh, uh, no, honestly, it's just a fun atmosphere, a fun and safe atmosphere
Mm.
that uh I don't know. It's just a show, man. Like you've been to a
Yeah, it's
show.
gonna be
I'm just kidding.
rowdy.
I'm
You
just
know,
kidding. No, it'll
our
be a lot of fun.
our Aussie
What is the
crowds are
show?
always rowdy, you know, and
Yeah.
we'll be bringing new songs from our new album, Another Miracle, and then songs from all of our albums. Because we don't get to travel out there that much, we like to
Totally.
bring stuff from all of our albums. I think we're playing something off everything, but we do have 9 albums though, so that is a lot. So I maybe not 1 or 2 albums, but it's all the fun stuff. And
That's so insane to say. We're playing songs from all of our records, except maybe one or two, which still leaves 7 albums worth of music.
yeah, for sure.
We have 9 records.
But a lot of the early stuff and a lot of the later stuff and everything in between. And, it's a place where people can come and have a good time. I said it in one of the interviews before, but sometimes we'll see somebody be like, oh, I don't want to go to the concert alone, and like leaving a comment on our profile or something like
Mm.
that. And a bunch of fans will jump in and be like, I'll hang out with you. Like, come out
Oh,
to the show and we'll meet you. Like, it's, it's such a safe place for people to go and be and feel a part of a community, that I think that's something so special that I feel like our fans are really in tune with, because we are so in tune with that, with the music we make and the message that we put out there with our music. And I think if people want to have a good time and have a memorable night of, music, and whether they want to get in the mosh pit or not, even in the mosh pit, it's relatively safe. People pick each other up and dust each other off and hoist each other up for crowd surfing. And, like it's just a fun atmosphere if you want to kind of come and have a night out, whether that's drinking pints or hanging out and having a soda and watching the music or meeting new friends or, whatever. It's a fun experience that I think that we love to get to do, and so we try and make it as enjoyable for everybody. We're not a band that we're going out there and we're only playing the songs we like. We're playing songs that we might not even care that much for, but we know the fans love, so we're playing it, and we've been playing them for 17 years now.
yeah.
It never really gets old, because we know that there's going to be new people out in the audience hearing that song live for the very first time. And that's a special experience that we think is important every time we play live.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Your thoughts on that, Aaron, before we leave you guys, because you've got screaming family members to
Could not, yeah,
contend
could
with.
not have said it better myself.
There we go. There we go. There we go. So you have it from both of them, both are straight from the horses' mouths. I'm going to leave you guys to it because you've had a long day of interviews. Looking forward to the upcoming tour with Crystal Lake. Be interested to see Crystal Lake live too, by the way. Their full details will be available for the show notes for this episode. Check them out. As Tino said, tickets are going like hotcakes, so get in quick, otherwise you'll miss the boat. Thank
Yep,
you,
and you can
gentlemen,
get those
for
at of micetickets.com.
there we go. There we go. He's got the
Thank you
URL
so
and
much.
everything. No
Yep.
worries. You guys have a fantastic day.
Have a
Awesome,
great
man.
one.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
Thanks, fellas. See ya.
Later.
Peace.